Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you guys had a really nice Easter. Today, for our read aloud, we are going to be reading a story called Kittens First Full Moon. And in the story, we're gonna listen for one of our vocabulary words for today, and it is the word pour. So pour can mean a couple things. In this story, it's spelled P-O-O-R, and it can mean poor, like you don't have a lot of money, or the way we're going to be listening for it is it can also mean sad. So it can mean like, oh, you poor thing, or oh, poor baby. Might mean that you're feeling a little sad. And it sounds like this word, which is also poor, which is P-O-U-R. And when it's spelled P-O-U-R, that means like you're going to pour something out, like you're going to pour some milk. And so pour and pour. So in our story, we're going to hear this one, P-O-O-R. And I want you to remember that it means sad. Okay? So let's go ahead. Let's start our story. Let me turn the camera a little bit so that it's easier for me to read to you and let you be able to see the illustrations, because illustrations also give us information. Illustrations can let us know how the character's feeling. It can let us know where the setting is, where the story's taking place, and it can let us know even time of year, time of day. Is it during the daytime? Is it during the nighttime? So we get a lot of information just from our illustrations. Kittens First Full Moon, written and illustrated by Kevin Henkes. So Kevin told the story and he drew the pictures to go with it. It was Kitten's first full moon. When she saw it, she thought, there's a little bowl of milk in the sky, and she wanted it. Okay, so as I'm looking at the illustration, I can see where Kitten is. She's sitting on some steps at her, so she must be at home. And if there's fireflies out or lightning bugs out, I know they come out during the evening. And there's our full moon. So full moon means it's the whole circle. We learned about our moon earlier this year. So I can tell that it's nighttime. Kitten's she's at home, and it's her first full moon. Actually, I'm going to go back on a reread because I got a little distracted there. So it was Kitten's first full moon. When she saw it, she thought, there's a little bowl of milk in the sky, and she wanted it. So she closed her eyes and stretched her neck, opened her mouth, and licked. But Kitten only ended up with a bug on her tongue. Poor Kitten. Still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. So she pulled herself together and wiggled her bottom and sprang from the top of the porch. But Kitten only tumbled, bumping her nose and banging her ear and pinching her tail. Poor Kitten. Still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. So she chased it down the sidewalk, through the garden, past the field, and by the pond. But Kitten never seemed to get any closer. Poor Kitten. And still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. So she ran to the tallest tree she could find, and she climbed and climbed and climbed to the very top. But Kitten still couldn't reach the bowl of milk, and now she was scared. Poor kitten, what would she do? Then, in the pond, Kitten saw another bowl of milk, and it was bigger. What a night! So she raced down the tree, raced through the grass, and raced to the edge of the pond, and she leaped with all her might. Poor kitten! She was wet and sad and tired and hungry. So she went back home. So if we follow our illustrations, see her dripping wet, looking up at the moon. Now she's turning away from the moon. Remember, she was following it before. And she's walking. She's going back up the steps. And there was a great big bowl of milk on the porch. See, I'm wondering how she's feeling now, so I'm looking at the illustration. I see a little smile on her face. I know when I smile, it means that I'm happy. Just waiting for her. Now I can see that she's going to go ahead and she's finally going to get to drink her bowl of milk. And there behind her is still her full moon. Lucky kitten. And now the illustration is telling me what she's going to do next. It looks like she's sleeping. Okay, that's the end of our story. So what we're going to do now, in our notebook, we're going to put today's date. Today's date is, when I've got my vocabulary word there for poor. Remember, poor meant sad. So at the beginning of this story, we were thinking poor kitten because of all those things happening to her. And then at the end of this story, she got her milk. And then we were saying lucky kitten is what the author was saying. So lucky, I don't think I need to tell you what that means. So lucky is that good things are happening to her, that she finally got her bowl of milk. So we're gonna do 2 boxes for our illustrations. So I'm gonna make a small square, and then right next to it, I'm gonna make another square. Okay, so now it looks like I've got a rectangle that's divided in half. So our halves are two things. Oh, I forgot our date. So April 14th, 2020. Okay, and in my illustration box, I'm gonna put the word poor. Okay, so poor meant sad, and I'm going to do an illustration showing how Kitten felt at the beginning of the story when the author was saying and we were reading poor kitten. And we're going to draw a picture of Kitten. And then we're going to show how she felt at the end of the story. So we're going to write the word lucky. Okay, so we've got poor, we've got lucky, Lucky, and we're going to do an illustration showing how Kitten felt at the end of the story when the author and we were reading Lucky Kitten. Okay, and that's going to be, we're going to use illustrations today and our labels to show our work. Okay, so have mom or dad send to me what you did. Take a picture, send it to me so I can take a look and check out your illustrations.